Okay, let's. What do you feel? You feel like starting with the up filter or down
Let's do
filter?
some good news. Let's do the up filter because we've been talking pretty bearish on this show here today. So let's bring out some good news. And we know Meta. You know what's interesting is Honeywell. Go to the third stock on the list there. Honeywell obviously reported earnings. And you know what I thought about? I thought about just buying this into the report because they did the big buyback two
I
days
know,
ago.
and it got
Do you
hit.
actually think they were going to come and miss earnings when they're doing a huge buyback 2 days before it? The management was telling you, we're going to beat the numbers. I mean, they announced, so if we just go to the Benzinga Pro, you can see they announced the buyback there, $10 billion on Monday, and they authorized a $10 billion buyback. And then they're reporting earnings on Thursday. It was almost a slam dunk that the company was going to kill it. And I thought about going long into the report. I just didn't do it. I should have did it. And obviously the stock has popped up. It's already leaking, so I'm saying the trade is over here now. But if you were so inclined to just read that tip that management gave you, that we're doing a big buyback, and then they're reporting Thursday, you took it long into the report, you are being rewarded here this morning. So how high did Honeywell get here?
Well, this is it has only traded 11,500 shares. It got to 196.44,
Yeah,
but I just want to alert our traders and investors that you are leaking. You're at the last print at
yeah.
195.15. But an interesting area, you had a gap fill from the down open on Tuesday at 195.86, another low at 196.27. So if you're looking to lighten up, hopefully you get a pop to that area and you'll be able to sell into strength. If it
I would sell
starts
it
to
now. I
yeah.
would sell it. It's my opinion.
Okay.
If I had this thing and I held it through the report and it was a good report and it's not getting much of a lift on it, we just saw what Caterpillar did on a good report. Honeywell similar. They're worried about recessions going forward here. Honeywell does a $10 billion buyback and they hammered it for 2 days on it. I mean, this is just giving you another chance to get back up here. I think this is I think this is a sell here, in just my
Okay.
opinion. Visa, we said that yesterday. Remember, I said Visa when it was popping up in the earnings and it went straight down. So I mean, there's certain stocks
Yeah.
that are just selling right now.
Okay. And let's see here. Boom, boom, boom. A chip stock that we don't talk much about. Teradyne trading down. I don't know why this is showing it in the up filter here. I got it trading down a buck 33, but let's skip away off
Let's
that.
skip that one.
What about Hasbro? We haven't talked toys in a while.
Oh gosh, Star Wars toys.
What's
I don't
going
know.
on?
I'm
Ooh.
short toys because I have a toy room in this new house that I built, and I was talking with the boy yesterday. He's homesick and he's 8. I'm like, how often do you go in the toy room? He's like, I don't play with toys. I'm like, so I got my daughter who's 5. She still goes in the toy room. She likes it. I'm like, but when she turns 6 here, she's turning 6 in a week and a half. I'm thinking she's not going to the toy room as much. I'm like, itching to get rid of some toys. We're talking about doing a big. There's a community yard sale coming up in 6 weeks. I'm like, I may just short all these toys. So I can't buy Hasbro when I'm shorting physical toys.
Okay. You're opening. This is a big move for Hasbro. You're opening into a daily high at 54.32. If that's not good enough for you, your March 6 high comes in at $56. So that is taking a look at Hasbro. What else is sticking out to you here, Dennis? We could do a
I
couple
traded
more.
Comcast this morning. Had earnings. I took it long through the report because it was.
Whoa.
Yeah, you know why? I didn't take a big
Oh,
position, but it was down 50 cents ahead of the report last night, and I was like, it's giving me a 1.5% lead. I'll go for
one
it.
one
so
point.
I know. As a Comcast, I was like, ugh, I'm like, I don't know if I can do it, but I did. So, anyways, I was rewarded for it. The earnings were pretty good. And then I sold it just like after the report around 37. And immediately after I sold it, somebody came in to buy 25,000 shares, like showing it. And I'm like, that's a big bid for just after a report. So then I
Oh,
rebought it. So then I rebought it at 37.10. This is all like in the 7 o'clock handle. I rebought it at 37.10. And then the bid started, it was like old school trading, Joel. The bid started stepping up like 25,000, 37.10, 37.20, 37.30, 37.40. I was like, oh, I'm going to lean on this. Keep stepping up, buddy. Keep coming up. He walked it all the way up to over $38. So I'm like,
holy
it's nice when you
macca.
can lean on that big bid, just like old school. Like way back when we and Joel started trading, you'd see institutions, they would like move orders like this. They'd put their big order out there
Oh,
and they'd
yeah.
walk it up and we'd get ahead of them. And then it would just walk it up. And then, when it starts getting done, then you try to hit them before everybody else. If you miss it, then, the falls and it's all, but it's like old school trading, leaning on the bid. So I
Yeah,
haven't
yeah,
traded like that in a while. So I just wanted to tell the story that, it was interesting
yeah.
that, it felt like trading from like 1999 there. It
Oh,
was like, it's
yeah.
kind of fun.
It's an old story, and I've told it 100 times. But when I
Uh-huh.
used to trade Goldman really actively, and I had like this weekly level, and it like kept on going down to the week, like 3 weeks in a row. I can remember it was like 103, and I'm like, I hit, I got short into it, and it bounced, and I covered, and it went down again, and I shorted, and it bounced again, and I covered, and I was like, man, oh man, this is brutal. I'm getting absolutely destroyed. Then it went down one more time, and I this was back in March, a long time ago in the market, and I hit it, and he went trip nines at 103.
Oh yeah.
I short at 103, and he showed a bid at 100 for 100 shares, and I was like, oh baby, and I
Yeah,
just
that means it's going to gap down. It's going to gap down big. When they go trip nines on the offer, she's gapping down.
and I threw 500 at like 99, 98, 97, 96. I just threw all those orders as quickly as I could get them. And I got done on, I can remember I got done on like all these, I got done at like 94 and a
It
half
gapped
or
down.
something.
It gapped down like $8 on that print.
Yeah. Yeah, I waited. I mean, I waited. Because he kept, he locked it down at 103, then he locked it down at 101, then he
Yeah.
locked it down at 100, and the spoos were just falling out. And then I'm like, wow, he might be done. And I very rarely send market orders. So I sent a market order to buy like 500 at the
Oh
market.
really?
And I got like 95 and a half, and he walked it right back up. And I was like, oh, I got to get out of this as soon as possible. But you don't see that anymore. And
No,
that's
well, the
yeah.
market structure has changed. Institutions, use algorithm. They don't show their hands anymore. Back in the day, they got 100,000 to go. They go to they go to the specialists on the floor. I got 100,000 to sell. Get me done. It's like, hey, everybody, there's 100,000 to sell. Where are we going to done? And the pit crowds up. And they're like, okay, I'll give you some. It's trading at 100. We'll buy 98. We'll buy 97. We'll buy 99. And the specialist puts the print together. And that's why Joel, he locks it down for the electronic traders because they're putting a print together on the floor. So you get your order in there because you want to be part of that print as well. That was back in the day when we actually was a
Yeah,
lot more into
yeah.
tape reading. There was a lot more,
Much different
the
market.
market structure's changed so much.
Let's go to the down filter. We only got three. We got 3 minutes left here. Let's go to the down filter.
We're going.
Ooh, what do you got here? Oh, Crocs. Everyone's been. Let's go to Crocs. But the shoes with
Price
holes in
for
it.
perfection.
Yeah, oh
Price
boy.
going up into the report. Price for perfection. And you know what? It could have even beat. I done looked at the
I
report.
think it
But
did.
if they beat, sometimes it just doesn't matter because it was price for perfection. Yeah, they did. 261 versus 215, a nice beat. 884 million versus 856 million. A nice beat there too. Guidance seems to be fine. Actually, it looks like a raise. Adjusted EPS 1117 to 1173 versus 1086 estimates there. Crocs Q2 revenue looking good too. Everything about this report looks good. You know what the problem was? Priced for perfection. Stock down
Ooh.
8% on a pretty good report.
120,000 shares. Others give you the pre-market low. The pre-market low comes in at 132.05. You got a little bounce off that. I don't have two lows in the same area, so I'll give you a potential range here. Well, 131.01. If you're looking for more on the downside here, that's $4 away. And then the real good level, I call it 126, but I don't think, you know what? People are probably jammed short on this thing, and they're getting a big windfall here. I wouldn't be shorting it in whole. I don't know if you're going to get anywhere near back the bottom of yesterday's range. Oh, that's only $8 away. 143.83. What else do we got in the down filter, Dennis?
We got 1 minute left. Let's go pick one. Well, Tesla's back to the down filter. Let's talk Tesla. We'll finish with
Ooh.
Tesla. You want to talk ugly? The breakdown yesterday, downgraded from Jeffries, maybe kick-started the selling in this thing, and it never looked back. It opened at the high tick and just went down all day, leading the charge. Obviously, this was not good for ARKK. My pun there 10 seconds ago was intended. So leading the charge down. Tesla 152.25 here this morning, down another $1.50 here. It's all air in here, and you got a gap down here. This is where we ran up in January from 100 to 160. It felt like overnight. So you're now in this whole gappy area here. I don't see much until you fill that gap down, Joel, to
Yeah,
146.
I know, I know. I thought it's just I hate when you get these kind of areas where the market has no memory, and it doesn't here. And it was a double top at the 146 area, 146.50. So if you're looking for that, that's $7 away. Two downgrades. Really, it's important to follow stocks after the earnings report. They had the earnings report, they didn't like it, followed up by two downgrades. So that's what we're looking. Traded down a buck 40 here in Tesla. And I think Kathy bought. Did Kathy buy some more yesterday? You
Oh, of
did mention
course
that.
he did. Never frown, average down, Kathy. Always getting down and dirty there. Bring it in. No, just average down. Bring that cost basis down. She's probably still way up in her Tesla position. Is what has made ARK.
Yeah.
Tesla is what made Kathy Wood. Tesla is the whole reason that Kathy Wood is as big a money manager as she is. It's all Tesla. She had a phenomenal call on Tesla, and she made a ton of money with it. That's
Woohoo.
what made her. She hasn't
Okay.
done very well since.